Good morning. There we are. Good morning. How are you this morning? It's time to join the playground. It's time to have some fun. So, wait for my friends to come join me. Today is Tuesday. For those who don't know, it's a confusing week because we have a Monday holiday. So, we all know how that goes. So, I'm telling you right now, it's Tuesday. For those who care what day of the week it is anymore, I think that we're coming to a place where the day of the week doesn't matter as much as it used to. The day of the week doesn't matter, the time of the day, everything's melting, everything's coming together in the most beautiful way. Good morning, Angel. How are you? I see you. How are you doing today? It's Tuesday. So the energy's good today for me. I hope that it's good for you today. It feels as if things have finally lightened up for us. Hi, Erica Hoppy. Good morning. How are you? How's your Tuesday going so far? Big collective sigh. I have a song. I'm going to talk about it today because I think it's important, and I should look up the lyrics because it's such a powerful song. It came to me right after Steve died. It's like he gave it to me. It was his first song that he gave to me. And I don't know how many of you have heard it, but it is really powerful lyrics, and it feels as if there's times when I start listening to that song again, and every time I listen to that song, the lyrics change a little bit. It becomes a little more powerful, and today it became very powerful. As I stood in the shower, I just was reminded that we are royal blood, that we think too small, that we are all kings and queens, and that we actually have so much more power than we believe. So I'm in that mode today because I can be a very small self sometimes. I learned how to be very small and invisible at a young age. So I'm working with myself again today because I believe that as we take on that role, that cape around our shoulders, which is what they've been giving us a lot, meditation, realizing our own power. It's a time of coming into power. It's a time of realizing your royal heritage. It's a time to claim your birthright. That's what I keep getting, those things. Claim your birthright, claim your birthright. So, good morning, good morning. So glad that you guys came to join me. I'm a little bit early late. I've been coming on every day at about probably 9:45, and very rarely do I ever make it on time anymore, and today I made it at 9:35, something like that. So people aren't used to seeing me at this time of the day. That's my own fault. I need to look up these lyrics if I can. I would love for you, the name of the song is what is it? A Place for Us by Carrie Underwood, and it was a song that was in the movie what is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe series that came out for it was in like the last movie that was made in that series. That song is love, that superpower of positivity, of invisibility cloak. Ooh, that'd be fun. Hi Charlie, good morning. Hi Isabel. Maybe it is an invisibility cloak. Maybe it is that we are ready to let go of the invisibility cloak. Angel, maybe it's time for us to be more present, more visible. Maybe we need to put on the cloak of visibility. That's a good way to put it. I love the Harry Potter books. They like woke me up. I was like, oh gosh, I love Harry Potter. I love the movies, but I love the books even better. I read them. The last book, I had a young baby. Abby was maybe 6 months old when I read it, and I read it 700 and some pages in about 2 days. I couldn't put it down. I took care of her, but I didn't do much else. It forced me to be still and read. I loved those books, and there's so many messages in those books for all of us, and a lot of fiction. Where I'm coming from today is really that birthright. When he died, he gave me this song 4 years ago, and at the time it would make me cry because there's one line in there that says, when these broken hands are whole again, because I remember watching him so quickly go from strong and healthy to I can't even hold my cell phone. This IT specialist that was out doing so much and wiring things and fixing everything, and suddenly he couldn't even hold onto his cell phone anymore. His hands just wouldn't work for him. And so when I first listened to that song, I would get to that phrase, when these broken hands are whole again, and I would just fall apart. But now, 4 years later, I realized that I think at the time I thought, well, the home for us is on the other side, that someday I'll be back there with him, that he was showing me that there would be a day that we would be back together. What I'm seeing now 4 years later is that is actually a message for all of us. There's a place for us and it's here. It's not on the other side. It's not someplace else. We search for home. We long for home. We've been longing for home since we were born. So many of us are old souls, and we've lived so many lifetimes, and we've searched for that place that makes us feel like we're at home, for those people that feel like home to us. And we're finally finding it. We're finding our soul families. We're finding home. We're getting to a place where we've learned how to plant our roots firmly on this earth, where we can feel grounded and alive in ways that we've never felt before. It's a gift. So that song to me is very, very prophetic. I don't know who wrote it. I know that Carrie Underwood sang it. And if I can get to it, I'll see if I can find the lyrics to it. I can't play it because if I do, they'll ding me and I'll get knocked off of Facebook. We don't want those Facebook police to come after us. So so let's say it's not somewhere there's a place for us. That one is a very powerful song too by Barbara Streisand. That one just would go right up my spine. That one was really powerful. These songs, they speak so much, and the songs that he brought to me, I played this song so many times, and I continue. Every now and then I get in a kick. I played it 3 times while I was showering this morning. When you find a song that really speaks to you that way, the thing is that every time I listen to it, it speaks to me a little differently. I hear more and more parts of it, and it's super powerful to me. Let me see if I can give you those key lyrics that really hit me. More than just a prayer or anything you've ever dreamed for. There's a place out there for us, more than just a prayer or anything you've ever dreamed for. So when you feel like giving up because you don't fit in down here, fear is crashing in, close your eyes and take my hand. We can be the kings and queens of anything if we believe. It's written in the stars that shine above. A world where you and I belong, where faith and love will keep us strong. Exactly who we are is just enough. There's a place for us. Can you just feel it? It's like, yeah. Kings and queens. So today, the whole talk that I've got, the whole message that came to me this morning was, we are the kings and queens, that we've been playing small for a really long time. Can we take that cloak? Can we take that scepter? Are we ready? Because we talk about this all the time. And I don't think that we've been ready. I think that they've been preparing us for the belief system, for the knowing of the truth of who we are, to take on that cloak and to know that we are the kings and queens that we create from that energy of the kings and queens, not from the energy of someone small. You take on that cloak of, as you awaken that inner child, and that inner child is willing to open up and live a fairy tale and bring a fairy tale life into you, breathe it in. Then you take that with the power of the kings and the queens and you create. Does that make sense? Good morning, Carol Ann. Good morning, Tina. So I'm really in that space this morning. I've been listening to this song so many times this week because it always comes back to me around the time of his death. Where water meets the sky, where your heart is free and hope comes back to life. When these broken hands are whole again, we'll find what we've been waiting for. We were made for so much more. Isn't it beautiful? We were made for so much more. We can be the kings and queens of anything if we believe. It's written in the stars that shine above. We can be the kings and queens. That's the one that keeps repeating to me. We can be the kings and queens of anything if we believe. Can you feel it? If you can only learn how to believe that you are the kings and queens, that you have the power to command mountains to move. We get so stuck in our small selves, in the belief systems that we were taught from the time we were born, that we are so limited, that there's scarcity. So my focus today is no more scarcity. I don't live in a world of scarcity. I live in a world of abundance. I believe that this world has more than enough for everyone that walks this planet. I believe that we live in a world that has there's nothing that's short, truly, when we truly believe in a world where everyone fits, where exactly who we are is just enough. There's a place for us. This place is an abundant place. There is no true scarcity except what we have created. So what if we all collectively work on creating abundance so that everyone on the planet has what they need? So there's no more babies with big bellies because they're starving to death. You know, that look that the babies get when the rest of their body is so skinny and their belly is so big because it's bloated from starvation. I don't want to see that anymore. It makes me cry every time I see it. I want every baby to have a full belly when they need it. I want every baby to have a warm house and a fun Christmas. Not just do I want their needs met, but I want them to have fun. I want them to have bicycles and scooters and baseballs and footballs and dollies and carriages and whatever it is that they want to have. I want them to have Christmas. I want to be Santa Claus. I want to bring Christmas to every day, that every child would have their needs met and they would have fun things too. That they would enjoy life, that they could go out and run and play with strong, healthy bodies. That's what I want. And I want them to know that they can come home and find love in their home and chocolate chip cookies and milk. Milk made from oat milk or almonds or whatever, coconuts. I'd love to see us stop using animals for food. I'd love for us to find that plants can feed us all the protein that we need and that there's an abundance of everything, that we create the energy of abundance. That's what I want to see. Erica, I love that you believe. Julie, good morning. I haven't seen you in a few days. Good morning, good morning. Beautiful, beautiful world it would be. Exactly, Louis Armstrong singing. That every time I hear that song, if I'm walking through a playground or a park and the grass is super green and I see families having picnics or playing together in the grass in any way, I start hearing that song playing. We have been dreaming of this for so long. Think of the songs. Lots of Beatles songs. A world where there's no more judgment, where people can believe as they choose, where we can learn to just accept each other and love each other and just know that we're all created differently, and that's the most beautiful thing ever. Of course we're created differently. That's what makes us unique. What kind of world would it be if all of us were just a bunch of little clones walking around? We'd be looking at ourselves everywhere we went. It'd be no fun at all. Why are we so afraid that people are so different from us, that their skin is different, that their beliefs are different? Why does that scare us? There's no reason for it. It's something that's outdated that needs to go away. Somewhere along the way, in order to survive, we learned to watch out for those people who are different because they would kill us. I'm sure it has something to do at some point that began out of fear. It's not just imagine, Erica. Exactly. Imagine. I love that song. Was it John Lennon? Imagine. Can we imagine? He was a prophet. That song was a prediction. Listen to it. Listen to the words. Listen to it. There's so many songs that are predicting to us. So often, people who write music, who write songs, they're channeling energy. People who write books, they're channeling. They may not know that they're channeling, but the messages that are coming through what they're writing, the messages that are coming through their words as they sing, they're prophetic. They're telling us of our future. Imagine. Should we pull up the lyrics on that one? Can we imagine? Can we imagine a world without fear? A world without hunger? A world without disease? Can we imagine? Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. That's the message that keeps playing over and over and over again. Yes, we can. But collectively, we need to do it because the way that this world is presenting itself is collectively being created by the consciousness of all that exist here. And so we have to be powerful creatures of imagination. We have to look and see the world differently. Don't focus on the loss. Don't focus on the hunger. Don't focus on those negative things, because where you place your focus, because you're so powerful, you place your focus on that lack and on that pain and on the fear, and you create more fear. So even though we're babies at this and we're just really learning how, we have to remember to focus on what's good, what's beautiful. Focus on abundance. Focus on love. I talk about this all the time. And yet it just becomes more and more and more necessary to share this message. All of you guys. There's a reason why I come on here every day. It's not so you can come look at my face. And so you can hear the messages. Feel it in your heart. Know that it's true. If you feel it in your heart, know that it's true. You share it. You can share mine if you don't want to share your own voice. But share it with other people, this message. This message, bringing them out of that darkness. Bringing them to a place of hope where they realize that they have some control over this. Where they realize that they can imagine a more beautiful world, and that together we create it. Together we can create it. We are creating it. Look around. See the beauty. See the beauty. Please spend time enjoying yourself. Please spend time looking at what's beautiful and good in the world. Please focus. Don't do what this media, how they love to bring fear. That's the darkness. That's the control of the darkness. They're like pushing fear at everyone. Mass media. It's like you turn on the news and all it is people fighting with each other and talking about horrible things and creating fear. And so those of us that are here to turn that tide, we have to focus differently. We have to be responsible with what we're feeding ourselves. You can't feed yourself fear and expect love to come from it. You have to feed yourself love. You have to look around and love the butterflies. You have to love those dragonflies. You have to be in love. Fall in love with the planet. Fall in love with each other. Fall in love with yourself. Fall in love. Which means, falling in love means completely letting go. Picture yourself, you're the captain of this small sea vessel. Horrible storm coming through. It's scary. It's so scary. I wrote about this. I think if any of you read this the other day. So scary. And that captain, she stood there and she was like looking down at that swirling sea, and suddenly something blows up and it blows her right off the ship. And then, of course, she's facing her biggest fear. Her biggest fear is this swirling water. What's going to happen? Now I'm in the water. She didn't have anything to hold on to anymore. There was no life rope to reach for. All she could do was relax. Whatever was going to happen was going to happen. And she just had to relax into it. And as she relaxed, she started letting go of those things that were protecting her. She had a coat of armor on. She had a heavy coat. She had boots. She was holding onto a heavy sword. So she started letting those things go. She couldn't protect herself from the water with those things. So she just had to release them. And the more she released them, the lighter she became. And pretty soon, when it was just her and probably some light clothing, everything else was falling to the bottom of the sea, she floated back up to the surface. And when she floated back up to the surface, she realized that her boat was right there close by. And she was able to climb back up. And she was safe, and she was okay. That greatest fear wasn't as scary as she thought, and she couldn't fight it. And there was nothing that she could do to fight it. She had to let go in order to survive. That's what we're being asked to do. See your life differently. It's not in clinging to stuff. It's not in clinging to other people. It's not in clinging to old, defunct belief systems. I was taught this from the time I was a child, so I'm going to hold on to it. Even if it makes absolutely no sense, I'm going to hold it. Let it go. Be that captain who's falling into the sea, and she starts letting go of old belief systems. She starts letting go of those things that she thinks keep her safe and secure. And as she lets go of those things, I just felt a big shift of energy for someone that clicked. As she's letting go of those things, she realizes that she never needed them. Did you ever watch The Wizard of Oz? I used to hate The Wizard of Oz because I hated those flying monkeys. They scared the daylights out of me. But when I got older, I realized the message. She went there to this beautiful place. She wanted to get back home. And so she thought she had to go on this grand mission. She was told that she could not get back home unless she went and she did all these things. She had to kill off that wicked witch of the West in order to get back home. She had to get her ruby slippers. She needed something. And without those ruby slippers, she'd never make it back home. And what happened at the end? She went through that huge ordeal trying to get to those ruby slippers. And what she realized is that she wasn't listening to the right voice in the beginning of it, the voice that was telling her she had to do all that stuff. When she started listening to intuition, which is what Glenda said, you know, you had the power all along. You only had to believe. You only had to believe. That's what we're waking up to. We always had the power to make these changes. We just didn't believe we were capable of it. We're starting to believe. We're still not there. We're still working on it. It's still a work in progress. It's like this beautiful masterpiece that we're creating, that we're putting on one stroke at a time, carefully building this beautiful puzzle. But we're starting to realize our own power, the kings and the queens. And we're starting to believe in ourselves. We're not looking at outside resources all the time. Well, this person's got to save me. That person's got to save me. This has got to happen in order for this to happen. And I've got all these things that I got to put into place in order to be happy, in order to create a better life. You had the power all along. Stop listening to that wizard behind the curtain. He's wrong. You already have the power. You already have the ability to create. You were born with it. You came... Not only were you born with it, you've had it for many lifetimes. And in some of those lifetimes you knew. And when you get back to the other side, you realize, yeah, I always had it. I was just down there playing the game like everyone else. But I have the power to win this game already. I don't have to try to get to the end. Do you ever play one of those video games where you've got to keep picking up things and you got to keep doing things just in the right order? And if you don't do exactly the things the way that it's supposed to be, sooner or later you're going to need one of those things that you didn't pick up. And then you're going to lose your life. That's life for us too. We think that if we don't do all of these things, we've been told that we got to do this and we got to do this and we got to, so many in society, in religion, we've been told that we've got to do certain things in order to be, in order to survive, in order to get to the next level, in order to go to heaven, in order to whatever. It's all a bunch of baloney, you guys. It's the wizard behind the curtain again. You don't got to do all that stuff. You already have it. You don't have to find love if you are love. It's the truth. You don't got to find it. You just got to remember it. You just got to remember and believe. Remember that you are love. Remember that you are the very spark of God. Remember that you already have the power. Remember that the most powerful time in your life was the second you entered the world. The very second you entered the world, you still remembered how powerful you were. You still remembered who you were, who you came here to be. You still had, and during those early months of development, if you look in a baby's eyes, there's so much wisdom there. They still know who they are. They still have a pretty good idea. They haven't been taught any differently. They still know they're powerful little creators. When you hold a baby, can't you feel that power? This newborn baby is so powerful. It's like, oh... That's why I had 6 of them. It's like, oh, I'd hold them and I'm like, oh, I feel this energy. I didn't realize I was energy sensitive. I had no idea. And I could feel the energy of this pure, complete, total love that this little being was holding inside of their body. And it was like, there's nothing to me. If I could have a job rocking newborn babies, I'd do it every day, every waking moment for the rest of my life. That sense of newness, the smell of their head, the feeling of eternity that you can hold in your hands. That was you, and it still is. That's the truth of it, that you still are that brand new baby. Inside of you, you hold all of the power that you could ever imagine, and you've only forgotten. People taught you that you were weak, that you didn't have any abilities. I hear it all the time, these people that tell me, but you've got more abilities than I do. You see things differently. And I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't. I got everything the same as you do. I just have opened up to it. I've just stopped not believing. I've decided that there's no fun in limiting myself. I just decided at some point after Steve died, I decided I had to get to the same level he was, and I worked hard at it. And I started climbing that vibrational ladder until I got to that as close as I could get to Steve. And what I found was that I thought that I was looking to get closer to Steve so I could hear him, so I could see him again, so I could hear his laugh. And what I found was me. That's what we find when we go deeply into meditation, when we start looking and searching for those ones that we've lost, or for ourselves. We find the truth of who we are, and it's still being revealed to me. I still don't know it fully. I just know it more than a few other people because I've worked at it harder. But it's you too. You're that powerful. You are that miraculous, that amazing, that absolutely unstoppably gorgeous creature that you were when you came into this earth. And more. Like that little newborn baby, that's just a taste of who you really are. So it's all about plugging yourself in. It's learning how to stop being that small self. I'm still my small self during the day. I have things that happen that frustrate me, that scare me, that anger me. It's just that I take time every day to shift into my higher self, to realize that I'm more than this. Yes, I'm still this personality. I chose to be this person on this earth at this time for whatever reason, to come looking like this appearance, this skin suit. But inside of me, I know that I'm so much more because I've been given a taste of that. So can I help you to find a taste of that in yourself? If you haven't yet, it's miraculous, it's beautiful. If you can actually feel the truth of who you are, it's a love like you've never experienced before. You would never need another human being. We still want other human beings. We still want to be paired up. We still want to find our soul family. But the truth is, when you go deeply within yourself, you find your own limitlessness. You find this love that's inside of you that is a well that's deeper than you could never get to the bottom of it. And when you find that, you're like, well, yeah, I can find love now, but I don't have to be clingy anymore. I don't have to be codependent because if anything happens to that person, I still have so much love inside of me. Does that make sense? I am going to help you, Erica. I need 2 or 3 more people to join my class next week. I would love to see, I'd like to see 3 or 4 people in a Voice of the Spirit, because we work together intuitively. We open up our intuition together. We do exercises. Let's see, we've got a few people here, Carol and Charlie. Some of you people that are here in this group have already taken the class, and you're in the advanced classes. It's totally spirit-led. I never know. This is the secret. I never know what I'm going to teach when I show up. I have a class outline for the first one, but the truth is that the outline doesn't mean a thing. It might help me to get started. It's like I give you guys a little phrase here, and then I'm like, okay, I just let it roll, because the higher self is the teacher. It's not my ego that's teaching. It's the higher self, and I'm channeling the energy of Metatron sometimes, of angels, Jesus, whoever chooses to come in. Might be, oftentimes it's angels, sometimes it's guides, sometimes it's Archangel Michael loves to show up. It's whoever chooses to come in and bring us a lesson that day. And so it's completely random. I never know what the class is going to be. It's completely catered to whoever shows up. But whoever does show up, if we have 3 or 4 people, we go deeply into meditation together, and then we're given an exercise, and that exercise each time opens us deeper and deeper into the truth of who we are. And it's the most beautiful, hi Susie, it's the most beautiful experience that I'm absolutely, when I come out of that class, I'm in awe of what has happened, of the people that have joined me, of the souls that have joined me, and where they've gone, and what they've seen while they've been there, and how they've opened up since the beginning of the classes. It amazes me. And some of you are so good at it, you got so many other classes you're taking too, that you're just expanding in leaps and bounds, and I'm like this proud parent just sitting here going, oh gosh, that was fun to get you started, or to help you along your path. That was fun, and I'm blessed, and I'm grateful. So if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking to really open up to yourself, to your true self, to that deep, deep intuition, to your abilities, you will open up. I do not force teach anyone. I do not book teach anyone. I teach from the place of an open heart, of just allowing whatever you need to flow through. So that's what that class is all about. It starts, a week from today. And it's on the Beiersdorfer Institute if anybody's interested. That's where you go to sign up. And I hope that I get 2 or 3 more. I really want to add. I really want you to have a beautiful class, beautiful people to work with, Erica. Charlie, you're so sweet. You are truly a divine essence that can be nurtured through. Exactly. That's what each one of us is. A divine essence that can be nurtured through spiritual practice into a fully matured expression of the spirit that is within. Exactly. And all you got to do is find your teacher. And some of us are only here. I just show up. That's the way spirit works now, is that those of us who are open to spirit, Steve taught me how to open to channeling, to allowing spirit to flow through me. And so when we're able to do that, all we do is remind others of who they really are. And once those doors and windows are opened up, you're ready to go. You're ready to go. You'll be teaching others in no time. It's true. It's a gentle process. It's a process of coming back out of the ashes, of remembering the truth of who you are, of power, of being given back your birthright, the birthright of royalty, royal blood. If you're called to the class, it's because you're a part of this, because you're called to come out into the world, to share yourself, to help change the planet, to help humanity evolve and prepare for a new earth, truly. So the class, what time class? Right now I've got a class from, Tuesday's class is 1 to 3 in the afternoon Eastern Standard Time. If I have anyone that is interested in a class on a Sunday afternoon because they can't get in on a weekday, all I need is for you to private message me. I can do these classes when I get a group. I will work in a class that works for you, because I believe that if you're drawn to this, that it should be available. So in every way possible, if you're drawn to these classes, I just need you to let me know, and privately we will work together on times and financials and however it works. I promise you that this is a job that I'm called to do, and that I do it to the best of my ability, and it is waking people up to their truth, and it makes me feel good. It fulfills my purpose here to be able to do that with people. So you can look it up on the Beiersdorfer Institute, and you can private message me if you're interested and you have times that you're unavailable, or if you're overseas. We have some people. Erin Robertson took the class. She's in the advanced class, and she has worked with me privately for over a year in private sessions. The classes do include private sessions, so even though you're in a classroom situation, you get to go. I will contact you. We'll have 2, usually each class, 4-week class, is 2 sessions. The first, in the master class, you get 2 private sessions where I contact you and we connect one-on-one, where we can get in a little bit deeper and release any blocks that might be working with you, because working in a group, it's difficult sometimes to really see who needs what. So you do get private sessions included with it. So it's really, really powerful. Carol, you were definitely called to that class, and I'm so grateful to you. You were called, my gosh, you and I were called together at a level that's hard to describe. And I'm so grateful to you for sticking around and for being in the advanced class, so that we just keep growing together. We have amazing people. I'm so blessed. I feel so blessed by every time somebody says, oh, I feel drawn to this. I'm like, yes, please. If you feel drawn, it's not for everyone. It is not for everyone. You really have to be very open. You have to feel it, because it's spirit-led. You have to feel your way to this. You have to know that it's something that you really, really want. And I don't want this whole day to be just advertising this. It's more than a class. It's a life change. It's an opening to your true self. It's an expansion. It allows you to get to know a part of you that maybe has been there nagging at you for a while, trying to reach out. And what happens is when we take these classes, it allows us to get past all the triggers and the emotions, and that, like, we start to get past it, because we start to really heal at a level that we've never healed before. So it's all about healing and growing together. So I hope that you'll, if you're interested, please, yeah, go on to search for details. Isabel, I'd love to have you in that class. I will, please contact me any way that I can help you out with it. Please let me know. And I'll post the page again. It's just called BeiersdorferInstitute.com, if you can spell it. It's Steve's name. It's in honor of him. Even if I marry and I change my name, it's still going to be Beiersdorfer Institute, because it's not. I don't believe Beiersdorfer Institute. I just show up. It's not in glory of me in any way. It's in Steve's memory. So it's, and I believe that he's very present in the decision making. So all the teachers that teach there are specifically called, and all the students that learn there are specifically called. If he's knocking on your door right now, if he's like, hey, Steve will do that. He'll come directly to you and he'll bug you until you do what he says. Trust me, he's done it to many people. So if you're getting that little knock right now, that's probably Steve saying, hey, I think you need to be in this class. You might as well listen, because he won't stop until you do. It's very stubborn that way. So, how about we go into some meditation here in a minute? I really don't mean to be just an advertisement. I feel like it's important. It's not about money. It's not about anything. It's about people waking up. It's my job, and I get so excited by it. I get so excited to teach people. It's so exciting. How do I spell that institute? Okay, get ready with a pen and a piece of paper. I wish I could. I might be able to put a link here. Okay, here we go. www.bey. There we go. There you go. I did it all by myself. Look at that. That's how you spell it. So if anybody's looking for information on that institute, just go ahead and click on that link down there and it'll take you right in. When you get into it, there's a little, right on the top of it, it says instructors. You click on instructors, it lists the instructors, and under each instructor it lists the classes that are available if you want to go to look at specifically under each person. I think further on the main page, when you just scroll down, it shows available classes too. It's pretty easy. Caleb designed it pretty easy, pretty user friendly. So, but it's all there. So just let me know, one way or another. Don't be turned off by whatever you see. If you feel drawn to a class and you're like, oh, I can't afford, please let me know. Please let me know. Okay? All right, we're going to go into a meditation because we got 15 minutes, and I want you to feel your power today. That's where we're going. Kings and queens. What's the line? We can be the kings and queens of anything if we believe. Can you feel that power? We can be the kings and queens of anything if we believe. It's all about believing, really believing it to the core of your very being. The more you can get that belief system, that I have a little bit of an issue with the word belief, because belief can be false, because so many times people have been told things that are not necessarily 100% true, or they get stuck on things, old belief systems. I really believe that you have to throw everything down and start over again and pick up only the things that feel right to you, because the truth is, we already have all of our answers. We already know who we are. We already know what it is, the questions that we're asking, we already have the answers to. We just need to look within and stop looking outside. So, truly believing we can be the kings and queens if we believe is, can you truly believe that you're a queen or a king? Can you truly believe that you can move that mountain if you just have faith the size of a mustard seed? Can you believe? Can you believe in your true self? Can you believe that there's more to you than just that person you've been taught that you are? We've been taught. We were given a social security number. We were given a name. We were given all this information about ourselves. We were limited by that information. When we name something, do you know that a child, when he looks up into the sky, he sees a bird and he thinks, wow. He's probably thinking, I have no idea what that is, but it's the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. Look at it. As it spreads its wings, it just soars across the sky. It's so magical. And then somebody comes along, mama comes along and says, bird. And suddenly the magic is gone. Okay, it's a bird. It must be it's not a magical creature anymore, it's just a bird. Do you feel that how the energy shifts? What if you weren't told who you are? What if you could throw all of that down? Could you get back to your own magic? Could you believe that you are this being of this energy source, this magical creature that is limitless, has limitless potential? The only reason that you believe that you're limited is because you've been told so. You've been told it so many times and you repeated it so many times in your head that you believe that you're limited. So today, as we go into meditation, we're just going to be unlimited for a little while. I'm doing this for me too. I have to keep reminding myself too. These meditations help me as much as they do you. I want you to know that I'm right there with you, really struggling at believing in my own abilities and the truth of who I am. I want to be everything I can possibly be while still in physical form. And that, when you say that to God, to the universe, to source energy, to the angels, to whoever you believe in, it's like, okay, you better fasten your seatbelt because they are going to give you lessons that are not going to be easy to get through. And yet I still want it. I still want to be completely unlimited. I still want it. It hasn't stopped me yet. All these things that have come at me to teach me, to wake me up to my truth, they've only made me stronger. So I choose to be completely unlimited. I choose to be everything I can possibly be while I'm still in physical form. I want to fly. I want to sprout wings on my back. Let's do that for a little while. Let's all soar today together. So as you're sitting here, I'd love for you to put your feet down on the ground or on some wood or on a rock, or if you're weird like me, you have a great big rock under your desk. I'd love for you to ground your energy for just a few minutes. You're so welcome. Kings and queens of the universe. Sounds like a Queen song. Probably is. Songs speak in volumes to us. Carol, I think Steve put something in front of me this morning. I'm going to be a full-time student at this point. That is amazing. Steve is really your best friend. He's like your like the father figure that says, yeah, now you can do this. He's like, yeah, you're amazing, Carol. I think you got a little other help with that too. Steve and Bill standing there arm in arm like we're buds. We're best friends now. And we're going to push this girl. We're going to push her to do beautiful, amazing things. Angel, masters of the universe, exactly. Let's be masters of the universe for a few minutes. Big breath. We're a magical creature right now. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like this bird. I don't know if you call it a griffin, but it's huge and it has wings and a big bird head, but the legs are like furry, like huge. I can't describe it. Maybe it's a Harry Potter creature. Griffin, maybe? It's so big that a person could easily ride on its back. So you get to choose. Do you want to be the rider? Do you want to be the griffin? We're going to go into this magical world where we can fly. I want to be the bird itself. I want to fly. I want to spread my wings today. And I want to fly high, high, high up into the sky. I want to see the world from up above. I want to look at it. As I'm looking down, I can see that those are only people experiencing life. It's just experiences. I can stop taking it so seriously. So rise with me. Be the bird or be someone that wants to ride on the bird. You get to choose. You get to tell that bird wherever you want to go if you choose to be the rider. Now that we're perfectly grounded, we're calling in Archangel Michael to protect us because we're going to fly. We sure want to be well protected as we go. And he's always waiting because he's at our beck and call, truly. So are all the angels are at your beck and call because you're the queen and you're the king. And they're just like, yes, what would you like from us? And you say, I want to fly today. I would love for you to protect me as I go off into flight. As I go into this imaginary world, wrap me in your beautiful wings of protection. Keep me safe. Keep me whole. Allow me to see the truth of who I am. And off we go. We're going to step up and take flight. And I feel goosebumps at my back. The angels have arrived. Fly up into the sky. It's so beautiful there. There's no trouble up in the sky. There's no arguments. There's no violence. It's all just beautiful blue skies, water underneath. You see forests and mountains. Fly higher and higher and higher. Flap your wings. Can you feel them? You can feel them if you really start wiggling your body a little bit. Feel across your back right now. You can actually feel as if you have wings. And flap them. They're huge. Just start flapping, start flying. And sometimes you may want to just scoop down low and scrape your feet against the water. Maybe you want to play with the dolphins while you're flying. You get to choose. Go into your magical place. Create with me as your higher self just joins in the fun. And it drags that little ego out. A little ego's scared, hiding, and it says, all right, come on, ego, we're going to go have some fun. Enjoy yourselves as you fly. And as you do, we're asking the angels to come in and clear our energy centers. We're asking source energy to come down from above. The most powerful energy there is. It's just entered the building. Beautiful, thank you. Like, yes, okay, sure, you can have that. Just ask. You're the queen, you're the king. Just ask. So as the queen, I'm ordering, I'm asking politely, please clear all of my energy centers today. Allow me to see the truth of who I am. Clearing away any cords or attachments, any old soul contracts, anything that no longer serves me. Clearing away any disease, any old stagnant energy, any ancestral energy that holds me down to the earth. It makes me feel heavy. Let's clear it away. So Archangel Michael has this beautiful blue sword, and he just starts severing and cutting any cords or attachments. Any earthbound spirits are being crossed over at this time that may be around any one of us. Energy is lightening up and becoming more and more beautiful as you fly. Just let go and fly, knowing that you're perfectly safe to receive this healing, clearing energy. It's down into the third eye. I feel fingertips. They're like, oh, let's work this third eye. It's like, oh, working. Help us to see more clearly today. Down into the throat, this beautiful golden energy just pouring on down through every one of your chakra centers. Down into the heart. The solar plexus is moving very quickly. You all are very, very clear. Beautiful work you've been doing. Letting go, just releasing. It goes down into your hands, clearing out those chakras in your hands, into your feet too. We want those to be wide open, feeling the earth, allowing that earth energy to come up through your feet, the healing energy in your hands, down into your sacral chakra, clearing away old energy that's no longer serving you, opening you up to creativity, to new relationships, to new love. Down into the root. Beautiful. Keep flying. You guys are doing a beautiful job. You're just wide open, ready to receive. Down your legs, all the way down into your feet, down into the earth, to the crystalline core of the earth it goes. Big breath as you receive. This energy comes right back up from the earth, allowing you to feel those wings on your physical self. Your higher self is out there flying. Can you feel your wings growing out your back? Can you feel? Angels don't really have wings. They just fly. They just fly. You might picture them with wings. They can fly, of course. They can come and go as they choose. They're beautiful, pure energy, just like you are. So inside of you, you've got this energy of flight. Enjoy that. They're giving you this light feeling as if you could step off the ground today and just walk on air, walk on water, whatever you choose. Just feel that lighter energy in your body as it lightens you up and makes you feel free and alive and willing to accept a life of ease. You do not have to work. You do not have to work hard. Things just flow to you easily because you are abundant, you're a queen, you're a king. Allow it. Stop pushing it away. Just let it in. Let it in today. Beautiful energy coming up through the heart space again. Breathe that in, filling up every cell of your body with golden light energy. This upgrade, you're receiving an upgrade as you sit here. New energy fills your body. It feels so good today. It's almost like sitting in a warm bath, just being bathed in it. I hope you can feel that. I'm going to allow you to just feel it for a minute. As it starts to move away, we'll come back up out. But just go ahead and feel that sense of freedom, that sense of flight. What are you seeing underneath you as you fly? Do you want to fly to the moon? Go ahead, fly to the moon. Nothing's stopping you. There's no limitations. Forget limitations. Forget scarcity. We're not limited. All the way around the moon, I just flew. And as we go through this beautiful flying time, we need to pull that higher self back into the heart space. But it is so happy, and so is your ego right now. It's like, oh, laughing all the way, sliding back into home base, coming back in, landing on the ground. And it says, all right, time to climb back in. Climb back into your heart space so that you can feel that joy, that giggle that's coming up into your throat right now. Feel it. Feel how happy your ego is right now. Wow, that was fun. I'm so glad I went. Please do that more often with me. The more you meditate, the more you pull the ego in, the more you allow your ego to feel limitless, the more it gets rewired. Pretty soon, ego and higher self are in perfect alignment as they are right now, and they're ready to create from this beautiful place of power and love. So as the angels start to move away, I still feel they're leaving this beautiful sense of flight with us. It's not going anywhere. It's still there. You can take it through your day. Your step will be lighter. You'll feel freer than you've ever felt before. Enjoy that beautiful light energy that they've just given you. And we're sealing up that heart, allowing the higher self and the ego to be safe and sound there. The angels are bringing in a bubble of protection for you, shining all around you. Nothing comes in, nothing goes out without your own permission. You are in control of this. You are the king or the queen. They're handing you your scepter again. They're like, here you go. Putting that cape around your shoulders. Go out into the world knowing your own power. Knowing that you hold creator energy inside of you. This is your fairy tale. You get to write your own fairy tale. Go start writing. Take a big breath, and as you're ready, you can start to come back up out. And if you want to stay there, just stay. You are the master of this. You get to do what you like. You're so welcome, Erica. I love and appreciate you, and I'm grateful to you for allowing me to teach. I love you guys so much. I will be back tomorrow. I don't think there's anything else. EWN is loaded full of great stuff today. You can check it out. But I don't think I'll be back until tomorrow morning at 9:30. I appreciate you. I love you. And I will see you again very soon. Contact me if you need any help with those classes. I'm more than willing to help you get signed up and get you rolling. I want it to be available to anyone that needs it. Take good care of yourselves. I love you so much. Thank you for all the hearts. Charlie, you are so welcome. Love and light to you right back. Love and light right back to all of you. Take good care of yourselves today.